Warning: the following video contains language that may be inappropriate for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Welcome to the Let's Get Heavy podcast, where we explore the realms of heavy music and have conversations with some of the most talented bands within the genre. In this episode, I got to sit down with the NA, where we explore the band's origins, latest releases, and all the teasing you can imagine about their upcoming EP. So let's get heavy. Guys, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for taking the time and sitting with us at Get Heavy UK to chat everything about the NA. For anyone who is watching back on YouTube later on, as we're about to sit down with the NA, and this is probably one of my all-time favourite bands from the Northeast, because they are just absolutely fucking killing it at the minute. They've got everything. They've got groove, they've got riffs, they've got hooks, and fucking hell, they've got the right attitude, and they've got everything. Honestly, just go and check them out. Links will be in the description of this interview, of course. But the reason why we want to talk to you guys is because we want to know more about the NA. So a quick introduction. So, guys, who's in the band, and names and roles, please?
I'm Jack. I do the vocals and rhythm guitar.
I'm Kev. I do lead guitar and backup vocals.
And I'm Peter. I'm the bass man.
Nice one.
And I'm Niall. I play drums.
Excellent. Nice to meet you, lads. Well, we've met each other plenty of times, of course, in person, because you played at our very own Get Heavy Fest. So, bit of origins on the band itself. The meaning behind the NA. The name, it's quite intriguing. Can you tell us a little bit more about what it stands for and the story behind it?
I really don't want to break the mystique behind this because, genuinely, the story behind this is when we were just kind of getting more shit together as a band, we didn't have a name for it, obviously. So the group chat we were using, we just put the title as NA. And then I think one of us at one point just said, you know what, if we put Vert in front of that, it works as a band name. So we just went with that. And then we liked the sound of it, and then it stuck. So there's not really a great deep story behind it. It just came from not having a name.
So the NA doesn't stand for anything.
Well, we did work some meaning into it as we were like gathering lyrics and gathering ideas, and we're like, this actually sounds not only punk as fuck, it also not applicable sounds something. We don't have a name, don't have a title, don't have a box or something like that. At least that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
I've heard different meanings for it. Someone said nice ass.
Yeah.
Especially.
The nice ass. Yeah, that works. It sticks. Catchy. Definitely works for you guys.
So true.
That's very true.
I will not dispute that whatsoever, Niall. I will not dispute that a little bit. So how did you guys meet? How did you form the NA?
It's a long story.
It's a very long story. Previously, myself and Niall were in a band when we were still at school. And that kind of was just like a teenage sort of, you've just discovered metal, you're getting into it kind of thing, which never really went anywhere.
No.
It wasn't until we kind of left school and we went our separate ways almost. And I was in contact with Peter a lot because we have very similar interests. And I wanted to form a band because I just love metal. And I remember one day I was out for a drink with a few mutual friends, and I said to Niall, why don't we go have a jam sometime? Because I know he still plays the drums. So me and Niall got together, and it just sort of worked. It clicked straight away. We just had such a fun time. And then we got Pete involved. It wasn't until a few years later there was a lot of previous members, we'll say. It wasn't until probably about 3 years after we'd started getting together that we actually found Jack, and he was the first and only vocalist we ever auditioned for the band. Again, it just clicked straight away. It was
I wouldn't even say it was really an audition. To be fair, like he came along to a rehearsal and it was pretty much just straight away. Yeah, he's the guy.
yeah.
So yeah.
It was for me. I was shaking, man. I was
So was this like your first like time join like a full-time band sort of thing then, Jack, was it?
No, I've had other bands before in Brazil, but it was the first one that I had here that I went and spoke to them, and it was sort of like, oh, we like the same sort of bands, and I was like, right, can we play a cover or something so I can, show what I can do? And they're like, nah, we have only originals. I'm like, okay. So they started playing, but like the riffs and the grooves, I was just like, yeah, this is what I've been wanting to play for some time now. So I was quite nervous. Like, I hope they like it. And well,
No.
The probation period's nearly up, so we'll see.
Probation period. That's a bit harsh now.
Nah.
Excellent. Well, it's been, because you've been a band since 2017, am I saying that right?
yeah.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. And you released an EP back in 2019, Broken Things follow up. Is that correct? Broken Things, sorry.
Yes.
Which
Broken Things was the first release. Yeah.
yeah, which is an absolutely killer EP, which is what I was introduced to you by after hearing, is it Honored Bound, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Absolutely sick. So you're currently working on a new EP following up from that. And well, just lost me train of thought. So yeah, so it's been a while since 2018 and they're Broken Things, and we are aware of the new EP on the horizon. Can you share any details about the creative process, potential themes you are exploring?
Well, we moving from Broken Things, we tried recording. We had like quite a few songs. It was we planned originally on a long EP. Didn't go well. We had some issues with the recording process, so we went back to the drawing board, and then lockdown hit us.
Yeah.
So we decided to change the project and do sessions when we could, because we couldn't really go into the studio and record like a full EP. So we just decided to take it a different direction and not do it like an EP, but it's still a group of 4 songs that we think that they work together. They were written around the same time as well, and I don't know. It is an EP, but it's not an EP. It's one.
It's ended up more like a
thing.
A collection, really.
It kind of worked out well doing it that way as well. When we started working with Lewis, well, who's just our guy now for the tracks, LH Oracle, he's doing the different sessions means he could get used to us and we get used to him. So by the 4th and 5th sessions, with just clicking, everything sounded better.
Really nailed it. Really nailed it.
So you touched on some challenges on Broken Things. What were those early challenges and how did you overcome them?
I would say largely inexperience, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was a lot of learning, especially with Broken Things. There was a single before Broken Things that's no longer available anywhere.
Yeah. Secret hidden.
It's a secret single that we did when Jack first joined the band. I think it was like 3 months after you joined the band.
Yeah, straight away, wasn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, when it came to Broken Things, we were quite happy with the end product. But I think especially after coming and doing these recent tracks, we've really sort of, well, personally, on reflection, the sound of Broken Things is, still great. It's nowhere near what we've got now.
Yeah.
Much more refined, much more just bigger,
Yeah. A lot bigger. It's a lot more. It seems to have its own style as well, even in the sound. A lot more now. We feel more comfortable in the music.
Yeah.
You can, listening to Broken Things and then to the new material like you've recently, it is night and day, to be honest with you. It is absolutely insane, the quality that you've released. And on those 2 new tracks, Widow and Call Me When I'm Dead, you've already released these killer tracks. from your, I'm assuming these will be part of your upcoming EP. What can you tell us about the inspiration behind these songs, and how do they fit into the overall vibe of the EP?
Would you like to do Widow and I'll do Call Me?
Yeah. So we start from release dates. One of the reasons why we didn't actually put in an EP is because it's not in a particular order. Going from release order, so there's these 4 songs. We started with, well, I'll start with Alone. That was definitely written during lockdown. It was the first song that we've tried to work remotely, actually, like recording something and sending to someone else. So it changed the dynamics a little bit. And we went from, well, Alone, talking about like the challenges with loneliness, and one of the ways one can react to it, which in metal tends to sound like aggression only. But we try to write it in a way that is not just aggressive. There's something behind it. And then from Alone we went to
Search for the Throne.
Search, yes.
And Search for the Throne, for me at least, it was a long project. It's a riff we had for a while. There was a couple of riffs. I think it might be Jack. I think you might even come up with the original core part of the riff that you two together. I think it was. And it sort of sat in the background for a while while we were working on the stuff.
I know I've definitely got about 4 or 5 different video recordings with my phone on Search, all with a completely different chorus before we settled on the final one. So that was
It was one of the first, since it's been going on for so long as well. It was one of the first tracks that we sort of had. It really felt like, well, for me at least, a collaboration between us. We were just sort of jamming away, and I think it was you, Kev, who had gone and said, right, well, Pete, you need to sort out the bass line for the verse, just the testers. And I was like, yeah, all right. So Niall started playing. That's why the verse ends up being more bass sort of led. And funky, quite funky. With it. Just it pulled something from all of us, and that one was Search. It's a big track for me.
Actually got some song requests. We've got some that's going
I absolutely loved both those songs, and Widow for me is one of my top 10 songs so far of 2024. It's an absolute banger. So thank you very much for giving me that exclusive as well on our Twitch channel. I really do appreciate that. So will Alone and Search for the Throne be joining the other 2 new songs on the EP, or have you got completely 2 new tracks altogether?
No, this is it.
This is the EP.
Well,
this is it.
Alone and Search for the Throne won't be in the current state. Let's just say that.
Right.
It's a bit of a. I want to give too much away, but with the EP release, it's going to be a relaunch of Alone and Search.
So like a re-record.
not re-recorded.
But
It has been, yeah.
Be updated,
a lot more in line with Widow and Call Me. We've made a few tweaks here and there and got a lot more what I think was the original vision.
Yeah.
They do feel like fresh new songs though.
Right.
From the last two that we've done with Widow and Call Me and putting them back on those, because it was even that drum as well. There was like a drum from Broken Things to Alone in Search, and then a drum from Alone in Search to Widow and Call Me. So just trying to bring those two songs
everything together.
Yeah.
Nice one. Can't wait. Oh, what?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it won't just be those four. There'll be a little something else on the EP.
Oh, well, so there's a fifth song, is there?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, mate, you teasing little shit. You know what it is.
It's part of it. It's part of it. But yeah, we did them in two separate sessions. I think you can tell by the artworks, so it sort of works as like two chapters. And then we moved on to Widow, which was one of your original riffs.
Yeah,
I think it was one of the earliest
I wrote
songs.
the bass riff to Widow in 2012, so that's That's all.
For me personally, you have not written a bad riff. Honestly, like I cannot like I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you now. I cannot express myself enough to say how much I have fucking loved the NA. You've got everything. You've got riffs, and you've got everything, man. Honestly, when anyone asks me outside of my any bands you might recommend, the first band I will go to is the NA,
Hell yeah.
That means a lot.
Get
It
it.
means a lot. Thank you.
and I will tell them Alone, and then Search of Thorn, and then honestly, just I can't speak of it. Even when you guys aren't even watching my Twitch channel, I'm always playing one of your songs.
Yeah.
I think to the build up to 2023 Get Heavy Fest, I think if it came to it, I wouldn't be surprised if Alone broke because we just kept playing it that much. So
it definitely showed with, how well we were received at Get Heavy as well. So I think that was
Yeah,
it was absolutely, honestly, man, it's absolutely amazing. I for one cannot wait for this EP to be dropped because I'm a little fanboy. What can I say?
thank you.
I can't wait to get Heavy Twist. Yeah, I can't wait. I've got the
Yeah.
Oh, buzzing, man. Get in. Oh, well, can't wait to see us, man. Be good. So production choices. The production on Widow and Call Me When I'm Dead is fantastic. Can you elaborate on the production choices made for the EP? Did you work with any producer, or is this a do-it-yourself effort?
I think this is where we have to give a lot of love to Lewis Hinmarsh, who recorded it for us. He also, just going to quickly shout out, he plays bass in a band called Aggrieved, who, if you've never heard of, go check them out because they're sick. But he is kind of a lot of the behind the scenes of our recordings. He's been massively instrumental in getting the sound right for it. He's got a really, really strong mind for how things should sound. And he always seems to, whatever ideas we can bring to that, he's always found a way to kind of turn them up to 11. So I can't say enough how instrumental he's been in getting.
Yeah, he's
huge.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy as well. Which helps.
It was one of the big sort of changes in the whole process was meeting Lewis, because it was just we finally found someone who we got on with, we could work well with, who wanted to have input. He liked our music. He was constantly trying to give suggestions and things like that. He was interested in what we're doing. We really needed that. It was
he understands the band. He understands the direction that you just want to go in. So 100%. You sound like you've found like an absolute top lad in Liam there, haven't you?
Absolutely. LHR Recordings. He's great.
HR Recordings. That's the name of his. Right, no worries. If you can link us, I'll be happy to put a link in the description of this video, of course. Just give him a shout out. So on the EP again, so will there be a physical release alongside digital version? If so, are there any special formats or merch bundles? And me personally, hoping for a vinyl.
We would love to do that eventually.
Yeah, I haven't got any plans currently. Have we?
Yeah.
Physicals currently. Just trying to sort of get putting on the recordings and releasing, getting out. You know, we had that whole break during COVID, and it sort of knocked our rhythm a bit. So we're just getting the fun again, getting into a rhythm again of getting content and getting it out and things like that.
Yeah, we
got
just
plans.
started with merch as well.
Yeah, we just started with merch. Like we really wanted to nail the sound for it. That was a big thing, you know. So now we've sort of gotten a rhythm a bit with that. We can start looking at other things. But now, no any current plans. Sorry, Mo.
No apologies needed. Hey, as long as it happens down the line. But like you've just touched on before there, you do try and get the sound right, and you've had some absolutely stellar gigs. You also appeared on Venom Fest. You also on the 3 days time, you are headlining at the Head of Steam with Culpa, the EB in the Deadlight, and Our Boys in Sorrow, which is
at Xerox.
The club Xerox, is it? Sorry.
Yeah, on the
Xerox at the shooting gallery.
Yeah, it's next to the Riverside in Newcastle. Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah.
Have you played there before?
No.
Never played there before. Oh, it's a nice little venue. It's a nice little venue. Have you ever even been inside? No.
Been in Zero.
Been on a few nights out in Xerox, but never as a venue.
No, as a venue, right? No worries. The venue's upstairs. Nice little venue, like absolutely sick. Saw Erebor in there. Really good venue.
Those guys, we like Erebor.
Yeah, good guys.
Yeah, man. So, what are you most excited about this show?
Call me when I'm dead.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, playing. We played it live before.
That one actually.
Yeah, we've got a couple of surprises for this gear.
Oh, that was actually just what I was about to ask there. Are there any special surprises
have
planned?
A long set this time. That's a good thing about headlining.
Got room to do it,
Got room to put as many songs we want. We got a few surprises. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, mate. To be fair,
Gotta calm down.
technically you could. This will be out. This will be out after.
Out after.
Well, yeah. This will be out on Monday. So Monday. So it'll be out after.
Oh, we could
If you were
spoil it.
there, it was great. If you weren't,
You missed out.
Will this be your first headline show? Is it or?
No.
I would count it as it's not our first, but I would count it as our first.
First biggest, like your biggest one, sort of thing.
Yeah, the first one that's been like properly organised, I would say. In terms of actual headliners, yeah, this is the first one when there's been an actual promoter where you've kind of been able to just kind of actually just go play the show and enjoy it. Yeah,
Nice one. And just lost me completely train of thought there. So looking ahead for the rest of 2024 with the new P and the headline show, it seems like a busy year for the NA. What else do you have in store for the rest of the 2024?
A lot.
A lot. Oh,
Yeah.
This is all just cock teasing. Yeah, that bit. I'm sorry.
I think the biggest thing. I
Don't
don't know about the rest of the lads, but I think the biggest priority, at least for me, is to just book shows and more shows. Personally, I want the calendar to be as full as possible for actually performing, because putting the music out is great. Like, people can listen to it whenever they want, but I mean, the live show is where it's at. So that's kind of what I want to fill up on.
We do have. There's not just this EP in terms of music for this year.
Oh, no.
Oh wait, so you've got what's happening? Oh, the banner's falling.
On the flag.
The banner's.
Not just music, and not just music. There's not just this EP. We have more new music this year.
you got
More.
more stuff.
More stuff.
More stuff.
And we are planning a special event for the 5th anniversary of Broken Things,
Oh right.
which will sort of bring it more in line with our recent recordings.
Yeah.
We didn't want to just re-record it and put it out, or like just remaster, because we could basically just ask Lewis nicely to remaster those tunes, but I thought now that sounds not ideal.
Yeah.
We might do something better, because we think those songs can be framed better. We're still very proud of them. We still fucking love them. So try and frame them in a different way. Still happening this year, which is
Yeah.
It's an absolutely terrifying thought that it's coming up on 5 years for Broken Things as well, because it's absolutely flown by. Like, when I got told it was coming up on 5 years, I was like, "Fuck no, it can't be."
Mate, we're halfway past in the 20, beyond halfway now in 2024.
Yeah.
I'll turn 28 by the time this video comes out.
Oh, right. That's it. Right, I'm turning this off. Turn the. If you're still in your 20s, bloody hell, I'm nearly 38, so I got old man. Yeah.
Yeah, but come November, keep an eye out for that, because that's around when Broken Things came out.
Right.
And, there'll be also more music this year.
Will the new music be before November, or November and then you'll announce the 5 year?
As of now, we can't really say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a specific time frame.
Mhm.
We just know there's more.
You've also mentioned there was
It's
a
gonna be hot.
Oh, it's going to be very hot.
Very, very hot.
Very, very hot. Spicy, even.
Spicy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very spicy.
this is
Awaken your senses.
this is where's this going, lads? I was still talking about metal here.
I think
Oh.
so.
Yeah.
Always.
Peter's going to be dropping his solo project, which is an R&B record. There's the big spoiler for what's happening for the rest of the year.
Me and Niall are starting a smooth jazz band.
I was just about to say, also in the description, boys and girls, providing you are over the age of over the age of 18, the OnlyFans / the NA will be in the league. Just
We
for
have a Twitch account now.
Yeah.
We can link that as well.
I will do.
Niall has plans for me. He said, "I don't know exactly what they are, but I
I
think
was gonna use your face to just plug my own Twitch, honestly, but that's by the by.
Oh, I thought it was involved with hot tubs.
It is.
I'd be there. I'd be first in line for that.
That won't happen this year, though.
I'll be the cameraman. Just let us be there.
You can get in if you want.
Oh, mate, no one would want to see that. Honestly, everyone will leave. You'll have no viewers. No one will want to see that. So you met. Oh, we're getting off topic. So I mentioned that you've delayed the EP when you were messaging us the other day. Have you got a rough release date now of when we can expect this to drop?
We don't like saying dates, really.
Yeah.
A rough estimate.
Sometimes it can jinx it.
Yeah.
But it's coming out this year, I think.
Yeah.
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 I think a reasonable assumption. Obviously, this isn't a final answer because life can happen. But I would at least say before Q4 of this year, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gaming talk that man. Q4.
I would say within the next couple of months.
Couple of months.
It's not going to be past October, for example. It's going to be sooner rather than later.
We're really looking to get Alone and Search for the Throne at the same level of Widow and Call Me, sounding the same. We don't want to go back and re-record them, just like pull them up, bring them up. And as Kev mentioned, we're working on a little something else to include there and make the EP. So it's a crazy year because we got Broken Things Anniversary, and we got something else is still coming out this year. We don't like saying dates, but we've got a lot of stuff, and most of it's out now. So,
Can I just say, lads, out of the 41 episodes that we are doing right now, this has probably been the most teasing episode I have ever had.
It's the vaguest one so far, I think. Yeah.
just pointing that out there. I don't think I've ever been so teased in my life. You know that.
That's
There's
good.
too much mystery. We're gonna disappear in a puff of smoke when the interview ends.
That's how I feel it. Just ninja vanish, smoke pellet done.
Next time the flag falls down, we'll just vanish.
Couple of bonus questions, and guys, moving on. Dream gig. If you could share the stage with any band, living or dead, who would it be and why?
I think we'll all have different answers for this, won't we?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Stop teasing. Just give us the answer.
Corn. 90s corn.
90s corn.
Yeah.
only one answer for me. I think I would go early 2000s Linkin Park.
Ooh, that's a good one. That like
One of those shows would have been amazing.
Yeah.
think I'd have to go Rainbow in the Dark era. Dio.
Oh, what a absolute
Uh,
amazing choice. I love Dio to bit.
I think to bring it a bit more up to date for me would either be, I think Knock Loose would be the big one for me, or as a bit of a throwback, earlier Suicide Silence. That would be my dream to support.
Nice one.
Can I change mine to Machine Head?
if you wish.
Go if you want it. What era of Machine Head though?
Yeah, The More Things Change is my favourite metal album that's ever came out. So The More Things Change. Come on.
Oh, God.
Come on.
The
And then everybody says the black.
I wasn't actually. I was going to say that debut album, Burn My Eyes.
Oh, really? Wow.
100%. The 100.
Dave Pigs just pulls the More
Uh,
Things
just-
Change for me.
Just that entire album was just ahead of its time for me.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And then after that album, they went kind of new metal because the record labels like, nah, be like Limp Bizkit, put on the Kappa tracksuits and spike your hair. Aye, I was like, what are you doing, Flynn? Stop it.
It's just one of those days.
Pretty much, yeah. It was like Korn and Limp Bizkit mixed together. I think that's why I don't know if you heard back in, I think it was 2009 Sonosphere, he kind of like kicked off because Limp Bizkit was above him on Sonosphere, and it was just, yeah. I wonder if that's where
He's not a very humble man.
I wonder if that's where the anger stems from, because just the record labels be like Limp Bizkit, be like Fred. Do you?
I would say.
Yeah, From This
Just
Day is a
the-
good tune.
super, yeah.
Oh, I don't go wrong. It's an absolute cracking. Burn My Eyes is the Burning Red is also
Yeah.
absolute cracking album.
Yeah.
They weren't bad albums, but I felt like when it came to just traditional, just in your face metal, Burn My Eyes had everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just had everything for me.
No,
I think Death Church is my favourite from that.
I did. Death Church is fantastic. Old. How can you forget Davidian, of course?
Yeah, the opening riff.
It honestly just slaps you in the face.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Slaps harder than Will Smith at the Oscars. Craziest fan encounters. Do you have any funny or crazy stories from meeting fans at shows or online?
People tend to be pretty sound, to be honest. Yeah.
All our fans
Yeah.
are lovely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
think the fact that we can say that we have fans is the craziest thing, honestly.
Are you not coming encounter the beast yet? The Trillions?
No.
No.
Yeah, you not encountered the. Oh, mate. Right, yeah, you have to play a gig at the Trillions and encounter the beast.
Okay.
If you,
I do kind of have it. It's not necessarily it's not like mental, but it was really cool that it happened. But a while ago we did do a show. It was just at the little buildings, but there was two people who I know who came all the way from Scotland to come down and see us. Which was, I did know them prior, so it's not like a random fan interaction, but the fact that they made the trip all that way just to kind of come and see us was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I think that was.
We had a fan shave the NA into that.
Oh yeah.
oh, that is sweet.
That was pretty cool.
We put that on our story from Venom Fest. Yeah.
Oh, that was done at Venom Fest, was it?
Yeah.
Nice. That is sick. Absolutely sick. So, question for you all. What do you prefer? Groove or shred? Would you rather play a super groovy riff or a shred mind-blowing solo?
100%.
Groove.
Yeah. Groove.
Have a good jive, man. You know.
Controversial opinion.
I'm a bit of a jive, man.
Yeah.
a swing connoisseur. Controversial opinion though, as far as metal goes, I fucking hate solos.
Oh, really?
I don't like solos.
Right.
Say that, though.
No, even as a drummer, don't like drum solos either.
Lads, suck him.
Modern metal has lost the art of the solo. It has
On
lost
the
it.
most part, yeah.
I can't. I don't even know how to continue.
I just think a disgusting riff.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot more.
Mate, if you sack him, I'll happily take over on bongos.
So, I think that sums it up pretty much because we all said groove, but at the same time, we're all trying to defend solos.
Nah. I'll die on this hill.
Because we all love different kinds of metal between us. Like very adamantly. Like me and Niall often will listen to each other's music and be like, nah, I don't like that. Not at all. But then it just sort of comes together somehow.
That works well though, because it no one's singing off the same hymn sheet. You know what I mean? We're all doing our own thing, and it just sort of works together.
For myself,
Influences.
if it's got groove, it's got to have a epic riff, solo, or tasty breakdown. If you go all three, you're in my top 10 favorite band. It's straight away. Do you know what I mean? If you've got all three, so. Yeah, I'm still. That's like a kick in the fucking chops. I am honestly. Kind of like guitar solos. You must hate.
Yeah, I just drew up a bit of this.
Trying to get cancelled in the metal community.
Imagine not playing power chords, you fucking casuals.
This is going straight on TikTok after this, like. Are you fucking just putting out? Are you fucking heard this? But the NE, they're different like guitar solos. What's the matter with them?
No, I didn't speak on behalf of the NE.
No, but that's what it'll look like.
It's the way I'm gonna put it. Oh, I hear a dog in the back. See, even the dog's pissed off at you. What? We see that dog's pissed off because you don't like guitar solos.
Yeah, the dog's in a glam metal band, that's
<laughs>
why.
Get in. Well, the ultimate question is upon us. Being a Northeast Newcastle based band, and the Get Heavy community will be very disappointed in me if I do not ask, what is your Greg's orders?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big question.
It is a big question. That's why it's the question on everyone's mind when we start these interviews, especially when it's a Northeast band. Everyone wants to know what their Greg's orders are.
I was thinking about this today.
All day.
No, I've been thinking about it for a while. I think it's just got to be a sausage roll.
Wow.
Just a sausage roll.
Classic.
Yeah.
Singular.
You've been in the bars, you've had a few.
That's fair.
You go to Greg's across the road from Central Station.
What time? Yeah.
And you get yourself a nice sausage roll. And it keeps you going for the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, yeah, I get that. Yeah, because sometimes it's like cheese and bacon wrap time, especially in the morning. Pick one of those up. But sometimes it's pizza time.
It's two situations.
It's totally different.
I'm a huge fan of the breakfast though.
Breakfast is good.
A Greg's breakfast does go
bacon with brown sauce.
Oh, Divinali. I've got to go on tomato sauce. Like,
Aye.
I get a lot of shit for that one.
I've got a very specific hangover order from Greg's. To be fair, like if I'm absolutely hanging out my arse and I order it, like off of Just Eat or other delivery sites are available. It's 2 sausage rolls, 1 steak bake, and a large latte of varying flavors depending on what they've got. That's my hangover order.
The hangover over. There's not more of a bangover order. You got a sore neck, headache. You've been to a gig. You're just fucking hanging.
I'm about to clip from spin kicking too much.
Bed and painkillers sometimes.
Painkillers don't always work.
No.
So we all know metalheads love their battle vests, but what's the most unexpected item you ever sewn onto anyone? Be honest. Come on. What obscure items or patches you've put on those battle vests?
I've never made a battle vest. I've always wanted to, but I've just never gotten around to making one. It's sourcing the patches that just seems like such a fucking effort. But I always appreciate a good battle vest.
Yeah. I think we're strange because we kind of look like
it's like an indie band.
Yeah, we look like an indie band. I think people are always surprised when we get on stage because we wear like
floral shirts and
floral shirts and just like
I think like me and Jack are the only ones you could pick out and say, yeah, they listen to metal.
Where's the head?
I think instead of the patches, I had those little what do you call them? Little tags,
Pins?
little pins. Yeah, I had
Oh,
like
yeah,
different
yeah.
bands pins, and I had like all sorts, but it was mostly new metal bands. Really.
I have a Slipknot tattoo. If that counts.
No, I've got a Slipknot tattoo. Like me whole right arm's a Slipknot sleeve, so
Beats my head.
you can probably guess who my favorite band is.
ABBA.
Mate, you've been at my streams. It's S Club 7.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, yeah.
You're shit right. You were even at Get Heavy Fest where Cast and Tefra and Killer Nova and some of Collapse Colour covered Reach for the Stars.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, question for...
Speaking of, I was going to say, sorry, just on that, speaking of like patches in the question before, I do actually have a Killer Nova patch kicking around somewhere in the house. I do have that.
Fair.
Get it on your battle... First of all, battle vest. There you go.
Niall could rock the battle vest. I
Nice,
think
could
he
he?
could
Yeah.
actually.
I think he could. He's got that look to it.
You just the battle vest.
Nothing else.
You know what I mean? If you belt that. Yeah.
I would watch.
And Dr. Martens.
Oh yeah. No socks.
No sock.
Gotta do it now, Niall.
Well, if anyone comes to the headliner on the 13th,
Promises.
you'll be very disappointed.
You know that surprise? Do you know that surprise that we're talking about before? Everyone who's watching, that's what the surprise is. It's
One of them.
he's gonna do a like a Red Hot Chili Peppers bass moment, but just in a battle vest.
Left the sock at home.
Sorry, he brings 3 drumsticks.
Oh, he's kind of got up last beat.
Oh, this took a sharp turn. Oh, dear me. Question for guitar players. What's the most metal thing you've ever used to tune your guitars in a pinch? Did it involve a lighter and a tuning fork fashioned from a spoke? Maybe? Or just what have you used quickly in a pinch?
I had one of my guitars fall down on stage.
Right.
And then one of the tuning pegs is just
It's gone.
broken like million pieces. But someone had a tool, like something you can.
Pliers.
Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, but just went with that, and for some reason, people just seemed to enjoy it, and they were like, "Yeah!" I was like, "No, I'm just
trying to
I'm
fix my guitar.
shaking like there because I couldn't actually play. It was one of the big strings that I played. It was like, fuck. But yeah, not really. Well, it was made of metal, if that counts.
Yeah, well, hey, metal's metal at the end of the day.
It does count.
Couple of more before we end. What's the band's pre-show ritual? Rituals.
We have one?
No, we just sort of do it.
Yeah, just fist bump.
We see good set. We see good set before and after the set.
Yeah,
No matter how it goes, we see good set and do that.
Yeah, we like try and
Each one of us might have
Individual.
Yeah,
individual
something,
things
yeah.
that we do
Something
on the
so-
day.
Yeah.
Before
I
we
do a
get
lot of pacing in the green room.
Mm.
No. Do you not like?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I just scream, just shout at people. If there's a green room, I might just be there shouting and screaming.
I'm usually just elsewhere, just doing things, like just completely separate from the gig. So then when it's time, I'm like totally relaxed. And like, yeah, cool, let's go. You know?
There is normally like a good look, a fist bump before we all go on, but there's no like set ritual. I think everyone just kind of does their own thing, and then
We just come together.
yeah.
So there's no gathering around a pentagram trying to summon a demon.
No,
We've something chat already. We don't need it.
That's after the show.
It's just there.
Metal, after all, was we're considered demonic people. After all, people outside of the community thinks we're all just Satan worshippers.
I think we're the least metalheads.
I was thinking that just before.
Yeah. We're quite peaceful.
Yeah. I listen to Bob Dylan in my spare time rather than metal.
Yeah,
So,
I was just about to say, I was about to get into. So the next question is, what are your guilty pleasures?
oh, Bob Dylan.
Mm.
Any folk music from England or the US from like the 60s to the 80s is my jam.
Could that be considered guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
No, that's a pleasure.
Good.
He's not guilty about it, he's proud of it.
All right, guilty pleasure, Lady Gaga and Miley Cyrus. I love them.
On both.
I would disagree that Lady Gaga's a guilty pleasure. Like, as a musician, she's fucking fantastic, in fairness. Just said.
Come on, man. Everyone's taking apart my pleasures.
She could fucking drink most of us under the table, I guarantee that as well. I'm telling you, she'll kick our ass in a drinking contest. Anyone else? Come on, guilty pleasures. Niall, you haven't mentioned yours.
Honestly, because I don't, and it sounds like such a cop-out answer, but I genuinely believe I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Like, if I like something, I like it, and I'm not gonna be like kind of ashamed of the fact that I like something.
Yeah.
Music-wise, like it's just not something that I believe in. So I don't have any, just because, you know, if it's cool, I'll listen to it and I'll be happy with the fact that I do.
I disagree, and my guilty pleasure is the NA.
Double breakup on this.
I know. You've just witnessed the rise and fall of the NA. That's what this just
Teasing.
it is. That will be the title of this entire interview. This chat. It's the rise and fall of a band, the NA.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Mine. S Club 7. Reach for this.
Don't you feel guilty about it?
Yeah, no, you seem proud of it.
You know?
No, I didn't mind rocking a bit of Lewis Capaldi, I'll be honest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really a massive fan of his music, but one, his personality just doesn't give a fuck.
he's great.
He's just one of the funniest men I've ever come across.
I feel like a lot of artists, like, even if they produce kind of not great music, their personality can carry them a long way.
Oh, yeah, and as well, because we're strong advocates here for mental health here at Get Heavy UK, and we witnessed, I think it was his Glastonbury performance. I'm not sure it was last year or when he was struggling with his Tourette's syndrome, and the crowd had to like finish his set for him. That just
that was fantastic.
Just caught me in like all the feels. Do you know what I mean? And I just
Right in the field.
you could see him getting emotional, but at the same time enjoying it with the fans as well.
Yeah,
an absolute fantastic. But yeah, bit of Lewis Capaldi. Yeah, I like a bit of country music as well. Bit of Willie Nelson.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Some big Willie. Not wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, is
It's not exactly. Knew one of yous would go in there, you perverts.
I was distracted by the kid.
Well, I've got a date in the Geordie. You're them poor votes, aren't you?
Don't know what you mean, man.
Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, get in. Thank you very much for this, lads. But finally, before we do call it, is there anything else that you wish to plug and end, share with everyone before we call it a night?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we forgot to mention Macaulay Etherington. He did the artwork. Macaulay. He did the artwork for Widow and Call Me, and that was after we decided to change direction from what we were doing on the other two tracks, and he did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's great.
So just a shout out, because we forgot to mention. And our socials, what else?
Which is the end, yeah.
DNA. Listen to Broken Things and the 4 new tracks.
Get ready.
4 new tracks.
To be fair, boys and girls, the EP's technically already released.
It's not like packaged, but it's there. It's even better.
It's in early access
now.
It's in early access. It's in beta.
Yeah.
Been tested.
Yeah.
Go buy it now.
In terms of other things to plug, though, I mean, you've got the NA's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. As Jack said, we do have a Twitch channel that hasn't got anything on it yet, but we do plan to start using that. That's more or less everything that we want to
Can I
plug.
just say, if you think there's a lot coming this year, just wait until you see what happens next
Oh,
year.
mate, with the teasing, man, honestly.
The ultimate tease.
That's the only thing this interview's for is just blue ball and Beardo. That's why we're here.
I was just about to say, yeah, is this what just really come to tease the shit out of us? Is that what it is?
You've got a name for the episode. At least.
Broken Things 5th anniversary, November.
There you go. Yeah, that's how.
More music this year,
More music,
and
yeah.
then something massive next year.
More gigs.
Many more.
Always
gigs,
more
yeah.
gigs.
Always more gigs. Always more gigs. Yeah.
We've got still more for this year.
Oh, yeah.
But then we'll probably have loads for next year.
Yeah, next year is massive.
Yeah.
Like truly, like nothing we've ever
been
put
the-
out. Nothing we've ever done.
It's been a nice thing. The calendar's gotten busier and busier as the years went on. So that's
And in the spirit, since this has been a completely fucking cock tease interview, maybe a little appearance at Get Heavy Fest 25.
Oh, possibly.
Hey, who's to say?
Can I confirm? But if you have us back, we'd love to do it.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, since we're in the spirit of teasing, we've got lots of things planned for 2025.
Yes.
Cannot wait.
We're excited.
And of course, you'll have to be there or watch live on Twitch because it will be streamed live, just like last year. But yeah, we've got a little announcement to drop while we're there. So yeah, very much looking forward to it. Not very nice, has it been teased, is it, boys?
These have got.
I can take it.
I bet you can. Oh, get in. Right, lads, I kind of thank you enough for being here. I've absolutely had an absolute banging time chatting with you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
And that we end our interviews just like this. The rules of the pit are the rules for life. When someone fouls, we pick them up. Cheers very much, guys.